Well, this is the beginning of a restoration of a 1937 Zenith Model 10S 130 tombstone radio. You see, I've gotten already with a rather large schematic I had to assemble from smaller drawings. And I've got new tubes from the tube store in Canada. And there's my various parts, including my digital voltmeters and the case with the built-in loudspeaker. I hope it's okay. And we'll see how the restoration proceeds. Well, if you've never seen the inside of one of these old tube radios, it's not for the weak of heart. A lot of point-to-point wiring. It might look messy, but this is the way it was done. Actual vacuum tubes on the top plugged in, and variable capacitors and various other things that only if you were around in the 50s you probably wouldn't even notice. The most common thing in the restoration of these old radios is the tubes. It's kind of a neat old RCA tube box. Looks like it's new old stock. And the capacitors. The resistors usually last, but the capacitors, which are these things right here, electrolytic capacitors, needed to be replaced. I actually had to replace this. It's called the choke, or an inductor, and I won't nerd out on you anymore, but anyway, that had to be replaced. And a few other little things, including the cable that drives the tuning. And I'll get around to fixing this plug that leads to the loudspeaker as well. Well, I've gone through quite a bit of work replacing the capacitors and replacing the bad tubes. It's pretty easy to find the bad tube when the filament doesn't light up. Check the voltages, which are rather high, about 500 volts, and replaced a few other components. And we're about ready to turn on this puppy and see what happens. And you can see that the tubes actually do light up slowly. But it is unknown where it occurred. No further details are immediately available. The outage also caused MyMotherLode.com to be down for several hours. Remember, go to MyMotherLode.com and sign up for our free local newsletter. So the radio works. Twice daily. About ready to clean it up, put it back in its case. Station AM 1450 KVML. Okay, the Zenith radio is back in its case. We're going to turn it on and see what it sounds like.
Settled. No, but here's what. It's a ripoff. I don't like people doing stuff without attribution, okay? If you borrow from someone, acknowledge them somehow. Or get their permission or give them some. But I don't think
we are done.